Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If it's your first time joining, thank you. If you are returning from a previous video you have watched on my channel, or you are a previous subscriber or a new subscriber, welcome back. So I did post a little update in the community section of my YouTube page, and if you haven't read that little note that I included in there, I am going to try to be working on the Bumblebee quilt, but there is going to be some delays in the progress of it, and I hope you guys will really excuse that. And it is because if you're familiar with the baby quilt that I'm working on, let me show you a couple of the blocks on that one. This is what the embroidered block for the baby quilt looks like. And for this quilt, there's 16 of this particular block. And then I was going to have 14 of a secondary block. And that was going to be this one. So you can see how this one has some more florets to it on the rose little florets on it. And I really wanted to finish these and include this one in the quilt, but it's something I'm just not going to be able to do because of the time restrictions that I now have. And that is because the baby is going to be here about a month earlier than what the family member originally thought it was going to be, or what they were telling them. So they were thinking of around the first week, maybe 2 weeks, I believe, if I remember her post correctly, that of October. But now the baby's going to be here around mid-September. So I really have to get busy and complete this quilt. And my problem is that these quilt blocks, this particular quilt block, takes about an hour to stitch out. And you can see that there's a lot of really beautiful detail in this block. And what my issue is being that I have to make 14 more blocks each, and then, you know, continue on with just regular life and getting things finished, and then trying to get to posting videos about the new project. It just kind of, everything kind of got away from me, being exhausted. My previous video I talked about that I'm having some productivity issues just from exhaustion from when I was sick the last time. And I talked about in that video that I've just been completely exhausted, and I'm not sure what's causing that exhaustion. But it's ever since I've been sick, I've been having a hard time coming back from that. But right now, my watch here, you can see that it's almost 11 o'clock, and that is 11 o'clock p.m. And my issue with being exhausted is I'm sleeping for sometimes 10-12 hours at a time, and it just feels like I can't get enough rest. So I spoke to my doctor over a video conference, and what we're going to do is I'm going to try a supplement that has some added energy booster to it. And so what I have tried to do is I am taking a B complex with added energy boost, and I'm feeling really good, and I'm feeling that I'm going to be able to get a few more things accomplished. And I just needed that little bit of an incentive to kind of boost me, to get me going more. And coffee just was not doing it. I was drinking so much coffee that it was making me sick. Sick to my stomach. I had really bad heartburn and acid reflux from it. and I just cannot drink that much coffee anymore. So even with being completely exhausted, yeah, the coffee just was not working. So what I will be doing is I still will be making this block, but I'm not going to include the flowers on it, and it's just going to be one of these blocks and then a plain one without flowers and another one and another one. And it's just going to be a little bit of an easier way to let me get that portion finished. And I don't think I have it on this paper. Let me reach over here behind me and I will show you my design that I was thinking. I had to move Luna because she was sleeping on it. So this was my little layout that there's a thread stuck on here and I'm just trying to get it off. This was my layout for the quilt, and I drew out my blocks so I could kind of like rearrange things, and I just put a piece of tape over it for what color, if I was going to be doing the two different blocks and things, so I could kind of lay it out and move things around easier without having to start the design all over again. I could just move the piece of masking tape and it would be a little bit easier. So the blue spots are going to be this particular block, and then the orange spots are going to be the same block but without the flowers. So it's just going to help me be, everything will tie together in the quilt, but it's just going to be something a little bit easier and faster where I can just get the white portion stitched out and assemble the quilt just a little bit faster. You might not think stitching the flowers takes that much longer, and in theory it doesn't, but there's actually 3 different color changes in the stitch out of the floral little rosettes on there, and it's just going to save me a little bit of time. I can have the next one prepped and ready to go, and we're going to continue doing it that way. So let me go ahead and set this aside. And with that said, the next video is going to be the start of this. So with the magic of time and filming and editing, the next video you click on will look exactly like this, but we'll be starting to talk about the Bumblebee portion of the quilt. Okay, stay tuned for that, guys, and that'll be coming up really, really quickly, probably within a day of this, or maybe even the same night. Okay, guys, see you soon.